Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jeffrey Bahar from Spire Research and Consulting, and today I have my colleague Yogi Dwilada with me.
Hi.
We're going to have a chit chat about the F&B industry in Indonesia, and also what is the latest trend in Indonesia during the post-COVID-19, and how industry is adjusting to the new normal. Yogi, we have been go through the COVID-19 for 6 months now. What changes happened in your life, Yogi?
Yeah. Actually, there is a lot has changed from work to daily routine. One such example is the webinar that we are doing today. Basically, everyone tries to reduce outside activities.
Let's talk specifically some of the consumer trends that are happening in Indonesia and how companies or businesses adjusted to it.
Which industry do we want to discuss? How about food and beverages?
Yeah, this is interesting. The 1 liter bottles, yeah, Rogi.
Yes.
The new product serving volume is actually very good because it's offer a new volumes, and it's also a good saving the consumer in terms of the delivery cost as well as for multiple consumption.
Right. That's right, Jeff. Apart from saving the delivery, we can share and drink the coffee with the whole family.
Yes. Are there any cost saving and value for money offered to the consumer, Yogi?
Of course, the price is cheaper, and if we still have leftover of this coffee, we can store it in the refrigerator.
To the F&B seller, like all this cafe and coffee shop, is actually very benefiting because in this condition of having less customer visiting their outlet, there's a need to maintain enough sales per outlet. Upselling for more quantity like this 1 liter bottle and volumes helps to get a higher bill per customers actually. And although the profit margin from this 1 liter volume bottles may be lower compared to normal drink size, but there's a cost saving to the seller as well from the packaging, lesser cup, lesser lid, and no straw needed. We also can see the strategy of cross-selling or doing a bundling strategy, whether it's the same outlet, food and drinks together, or it could be also a mix across different brands. Drinks from of a soda players with the drinks from a quick serve restaurant. Those are the strategy that actually are being adopted in the new normal.
Correct. Besides 1 liter package of coffee, currently there are food package for families at affordable prices as well.
This strategy works well in Indonesia. Indonesia people has the culture of sharing and enjoying food together, whether it's with family or with friends. Have you also seen the trends of the family pack frozen and ready to eat offering, Yogi?
Yeah, actually, experienced this by myself. My wife bought this food package. It really helps mother to prepare and provide food, so I made kind of peace of mind for moms.
Yeah, the mother has less thing to worry or what to cook for lunch
Right,
and
right.
dinner for the family
Yep.
actually. We're still avoiding eating out in the restaurant or going out, but our desire of having a good restaurant food is still there. So now I think we can enjoy the good quality of food restaurant at home, prepared by our wife or the mothers, and still stay safe at home.
Yeah. I think for food producers who previously don't have frozen food products, this current situation is an opportunity for them to reach a wider market by offering frozen food because the demand of it is really increasing from time to time since in the last 3 4 months.
Speaking of eating out, now I suddenly crave for a good Japanese shabu-shabu or steamboat food that I used to enjoy at the restaurant. It's one of the favorite to Indonesian people actually. But I still cannot go out, and I think if I try to make that steamboat or shabu-shabu at home, it tastes very different than the one in the restaurant,
Right,
Yogi.
right. Yeah, I think in the most of the big cities in Indonesia, I may say there is a new habit enjoying restaurant food at home. Cooking appliance and restaurant staff will also be provided by this restaurant. So eating at home feels like
Wow.
eating in a restaurant.
Wow, that's good, really.
Yeah. Since the last 3 months, several restaurants have provided home cooking services. So not only provided for large event, but during this pandemic era, they provide services on a smaller scale, such as for family events. So we can eat delicious food while applying social and physical distancing at the same time.
Any terms or conditions or minimum spending, Yogi, from all these restaurant?
Yeah, there are terms and conditions applied to get this kind of services, such as for the maximum distance of uh, from restaurant to our house is about 5 kilometers. So the warm is the food is still warm, and of course there is a minimum order to have this kind of services.
I think this is an excellent strategy for new normal for the fine dining or a high-end restaurant, actually adjusting to the new normal. The dining experience that you used to experience it at the restaurant still can be enjoyed at home,
Right.
because all the facility, all the cooking, all the grills are provided by the restaurant.
Right.
Customer very happy.
Yes.
I'll be very happy too because of
Yes.
that.
Yes. I like it. Yes, Jeff. This home service is also provided by other industry like sports center or gymnastic, and then hospitals and salons. Not only that, even though they came to our home, they apply the health protocol is quite strict, so we still able to protect ourselves from COVID-19.
Yeah, I start hearing a few of my health conscious friends start doing exercise at home and through online. The fitness instructors will give the link to the registered and paid member. Some even visit the customer, the member's home to give a home service, personalized instructor service.
Right.
I also see this at the men's barber and the hairstylist, which they are starting to offer a home service too, actually, moving away from the retail business model where usually customers come to the outlet. Now they actually visit the customer and provide a personalized home service model. There'll be a good operational and cost saving from the rental cost, Yogi. How about the other industry, the health service and the doctors, Yogi?
Yeah, for the hospital, here in Indonesia, we can go to what we call as telehealth application that uh, used mostly by us in Indonesia. We call this kind of services is a allo doctor and holodoc. So if we need a consultation or do a checkup, we just use this application. And recently, the traffic user of this application has increased 5 times compared before the pandemic era.
So lifestyle services also shifting to home service model now. It's the new business strategy adjusting to the new normal. Yogi, let's come back to the food and beverage industry. I also see something interesting done by the quick serve restaurant,
Right.
like Pizza Hut and KFC.
Right.
They're selling outside their outlets and specifically on the roadside sales, as you see in some of this picture, Yogi.
Yeah, not only on the side road, but also at the housing complex. At the first, I thought my wife or child made an order because there was a pizza at home when I arrived, but it was both by them, which offered by the sellers in our housing complex.
So they're adopting the impulsive buying behavior strategy by the quick serve restaurant, Yogi.
Yeah, that's right, Jeff. The cool thing is that they have like what we call as the roadmap distance for the area to each of the restaurants, so the food are still in a good condition when it arrived to our home. Uh, so I think the map area for keeping the quality of the food is quite good.
Yeah. I also see another interesting trend that is actually beside the impulsive buying strategy, F&B also now start using and relying on the e-commerce selling a lot actually. So they're selling at the Tokopedia, Shopee, and of course using the food delivery platforms like GrabFood and GoFood.
So it means the food is ready to eat and ready to serve, right, Jeff?
Correct. All these ready to eat and the bottled drinks are now available and you can purchase through e-commerce platforms. You reach out a new non-dining customer and expand the geographic outreach borderless without constraint.
Speaking of reaching new markets, I can tell you that right now many people offer product and services via what we call as a WhatsApp platform.
Correct. The WhatsApp group is very popular. My family joined a few WhatsApp group with all the neighbors staying in the same apartment complex as we. And in this WhatsApp group, it becomes a new social marketplace to offer and buy food products. And especially this helps to increase customer base informally.
Yeah, apart from the existing customer database, I think the producer can also implement new marketing strategies such as recruiting local sellers as a new sales task forces.
Correct. So in each places, like in the apartment and certain residential area, they recruit a new reseller,
Right.
and this reseller is the tenants in this WhatsApp group,
Right.
and they're your extension of so-called the new outlet, actually.
Right.
Very
Right.
good technique, Yogi.
Yes. Right. Yes, that's right, Jeff.
How about the other industry that is harder hit, like for example, the travel and hospitality sector? It's especially for the hotel operator. What do they do, Yogi?
Actually, some of my friends who do business in hospitality industry, he have told me that since the beginning of this pandemic, the room rate and the number of guests has decreased drastically.
Yeah, the short-term business strategy for all this hospitality industry is to provide accommodation service for the self-quarantine purpose.
Right.
I know a few hotel, full-service apartment and residents in Jakarta already doing this. For example, the Arya Duta Hotel and Atria Residence, Yogi.
Wow. So they are offering room and facilities for self quarantine, as you mentioned earlier. So how about the procedure? Is it safe?
Yes, all the proper health protocols are adopted from the hotel staff that is maintaining safe distancing protocol. There's also a special self-quarantine accommodation package actually that is including the self-test kit, 3 meals a day, healthy drink and supplement, separated laundry service, and even an on-call 24 hours doctor service at the premises.
Good to hear that. That means they strictly implement the COVID protocol, right?
Yeah, the quarantine hotel guests can request for a daily disinfectant service from the housekeeping. Housekeeping staff wear masks and gloves. Guest belongings are sprayed with disinfectants, and the rooms are sterilized after and before guest use. In-room amenities are high-speed internet, safety bar, mini safety box, mini bar, TV, cable, tea, and coffee are still available as usual. So the guests are very comfortable staying and even working from the quarantine hotel, Yogi.
Yeah. Sounds this is a good strategy to sustain the business during this COVID period.
In the education sector, as you can see in this slide, also adjusting. Some early childhood educations are offering creative kits, which is a kits, art kits that they can send to the home of the children because the children is not at the center, and they can practice do this with their parents or with the nanny. The teachers adjusting, creating YouTube video instructions, or giving a call to the parents and the nanny, how the parents and the nanny can guide the kids in using these creative kits. We also see many other interesting trends in Indonesia, Yogi. Maybe you can highlight some of those.
Right, right. Yes, besides all the trends that we have discussed earlier, there are also other trends that are happening in Indonesia right now. I can give you some example. First is about the home baking. It's like a stress release, finding inner passion and new skills, quantity time with the loved ones, our family. And recently, cycling is one of the favorite sport right now. Citizens got the outdoor ambience yet can still maintain physical distancing. Concert, collaborative artists, and then they implement what we call as virtual live concerts. Online groceries, minimalizing traveling, apply physical distancing, efficient purchasing procedure, attractive and competitive offers. The last one is really interesting in Indonesia. I may say it's unique. It's about the wedding organizer. Adjusting from event local option, new procedures, new layout, uh, limited, they limited the invitation, live on social media such as Instagram and YouTube and etc.
So these are good digital and virtual strategy adjusting to the new normals. We're going to share a bit of market facts in Indonesia on some of the industry that we have discussed. The culinary industry is still very attractive in Indonesia. It's over 400 trillion rupiah market size, growing at about 15% per year. And this is part of the creative economies of Indonesia that's being aggressively promoted by the Indonesian government. We also see that the culinary industry in Indonesia is still made up by a lot of the street and roadside seller. That account for 77% of the whole market. The remaining 23% is filled up by restaurant, cafe, catering service, as well as a quick serve restaurant in Indonesia. Some of the interesting trend we see, this is from the Indonesia Statistic Bureau, is showing the trend that food ingredients and ready-to-eat and drinks products are purchased more by Indonesians during the COVID-19 pandemic era. We also see, next slide, the trends that in the Google search of Indonesians, searching for restaurants is becoming less as they don't go out and eat out nowadays. Other interesting trend is the figure showing the increased consumption or switching from the household purchase to buy more tea and coffee products because they don't go out to the cafe. So they start enjoying coffee and tea at home. Milk product, fresh milk, fresh meat and poultry and juice are purchased more. Soft drinks, beer, candy, liquor are purchased less nowadays in the household of Indonesian. Spire Research is a market research company. We have been present in Indonesia in 2003, so it's been 17 years. And we provide, next slide, a full service market research companies. We're very client service. If you like to have more information on the slide or have assistance required from us, we're ready to help you. These are our email contacts, next slides. And you can reach us for any additional information. Thank you for watching the latest trend of the Indonesian COVID new normal era. We hope this is useful for you. Thank you, Yogi.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, everybody.